on your flame guard, but until then, Tusk can actually really punish you in lane. So I think they're just going to go dual lanes like you mentioned. Wind Ranger, Jakiro top, AA Amber Spirit bottom, Fata playing the Leshrac in mid. And I think that's okay. I still think EG's lane is definitely a lot stronger now than they picked up Clinks, who is amazing and can roam a lot. And I know that EG feel comfortable with Fear playing the Clinks, so we'll see. I like EG's draft a little bit better just because I think this top lane will have a little bit of trouble, assuming it is going to be a Wind Ranger Jakiro, but we'll have to wait and see.
I am interested in how they're going to utilize this Clinks. Will they roam him early on? Will they just, say, okay, get your early whatever item you're going to grab, whether that's an Orchid or... this seems to be a very good Orchid game because you're against, I think, Leshrac, you're against an Ember Spirit. Orchid makes the most sense to me for Clinks in this particular matchup. I'm not sure if you agree, but I feel like an Orchid could be pretty solid coming out for Fear this particular game.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't normally see Fear go for the Orchid. I think I usually just see him either rush Shaman with the Dominator or go for the Deso. Which I think is fine too, because I think that's going to provide you so much damage that you don't... Outside of killing the Ember, you can kill everyone else on your own.
Well, I know this is happening. They do have a pretty good Observer Ward for EG, however, to get some vision of bo5. Thoughts of Big Daddy No-Tail and the rest of the squad. They will counter it up immediately, so that early ward... not put to good use, unfortunately. There is also a pretty defensive ward coming up from Cloud9 to get vision of this squad of EG to begin with. Cloud9 clearly want to grab the bottom rune, and they were looking to contest if possible, but that means that top rune will go for Sumail early on in this game. So Fata will grab the bottom rune, bounty rune, and then top rune will go to Sumail. And we'll see how this goes. It's going to be, for now, dual lanes, as you mentioned. They'll be heading top with No-Tail as well as bo5. That's a lot of right-click damage between the two of them. Not so much a power shot. And we'll see how that does go. AUI is going to be up your top lane. Fear is going to be here as well, of course. So PPD might just spam out Fissures early on here, try to annoy Fata if possible. They have a ward on the high ground coming up for Fata, so just a defensive ward for Cloud9 just to make sure they know what's coming on. We'll go just to try to push this out. So this matchup, like we see Queen of Pains often, but Queen of Pain seems to dominate almost every matchup, even though Leshrac is very good right now. This is a matchup he shouldn't have too much trouble with, I think.
Yeah, I actually still think Quap wins personally, just because Fata can spam out a ton once he gets level 3, but Fissure block not on the mark, but I think
Arcane Bolt, is he dead? He is.
He has no stats. Look at his item build. He spot regen and absolutely no stats, so every little bit of harass just hurts that much more.
Yeah.
They're gonna go for another wrap now. bo5 might be dead.
I think it's going to be the Fissure. Blocks him off completely. bo5 is in trouble. He'll win run, but there's not much he can do here. PPD was body blocking him, and they get another kill. It's top lane. It's 1 minute into the game, Trelf. It's already turning disastrous for Cloud9 at this point.
This is what I was really worried about. I just don't think that setting things up with the Jakiro, and I know Jakiro's not up here, but either way, none of their heroes can contest with the safe lane of EG. I think they needed to get kind of a, in my opinion, maybe more fighter kind of hero to sit up here. But it's very early on. I know it's only a minute 30, but it does not look good early on here.
They're gonna wrap in. Fata gets a free kill onto Sumail. There was no Fissure from PPD. He was waiting for it. Sumail goes in too hard, and Fata gets a free kill. That probably should not have happened. PPD's like, my bad. Sorry about that one.
Oh, I wasn't watching, but his HP wasn't even like close to dying, so Fata just must have been some miscommunication there or something. But Sumail gets taken out there, so 8 and 2 CS for Fata, 4 and 4 for Sumail. So not only getting the kill, but also leading in terms of CS. Yeah. Fata doing very well in the mid lane.
Fata's been crushing recently. He's had some really good games. bo5, win run is available. PPD will spot out the win runner. They're instead going to use the conch shot on an No-Tail. That should be an absolutely free kill. Fissure will go and last right click from Fear will secure yet another kill. bo5 is going to get zoned away. Bottom lane, they're diving on Universe. Envy pops the Flame Guard. He also uses Seared Chains. Can't quite secure the kill, but does a lot of damage. bo5 getting chased down by AUI. He does have Conch Shot in 1, but there is going to be 1 ready to go. So he's just going to spam out the Arcane Bolts. We'll hit with 1. bo5 will back up towards the high ground, of course, towards his Ancient Stack. AUI is still on the fast.
He is.
Yeah, he is a speedy chicken. He's looking for this kill. Last right click, he can't get in range. AUI expends all of his mana, but he can't get it done. Meanwhile, Universe bottom Envy. Path comes in. Misery hits it beautifully. Should be a kill. Body block. No, he snowballs with the Mango Pop here. Universe in trouble. Ice shards to block his move through the jukes. He's trying his damnedest, but this is a difficult situation for Universe, and he should fall here. Misery will come in, right-click him. They have Ice Pep. They'll use it. Sarah Chains goes as well, and that'll be Envy grabbing the kill. There's a lot of time spent. At least he made him work for it. I guess so. Yeah.
Nice maneuvers there by Universe, buying some time. At the very least, he probably missed a couple CS or something. Mid lane, Sumail has to blink away. He's in trouble, taking some damage from Fata. Fata keeping up the pressure and doing very, very well in this mid lane. Obviously, if you get a kill, you kind of snowball a little bit and just makes that laning presence a little bit easier. Someone's going to TP in mid to refill Sumail's bottle, so the taxi wisp service there is in the mid lane. Top lane, they're trying to do some side pulls or something. Actually, it was EG's pull. But now bo5 cleaning up some CS. So he's getting some CS, but clearly way less than the Clinks. So still a problem up in this top lane.
Yeah, this top lane, it might be better served if they rotate the note cell elsewhere, but he's going to stay with bo5 for the time being. Of course, AUI rotating out helps a little bit. They're going to secure the top rune spot for Sumail. Bottom rune spot will be grabbed by nobody. It's actually, I think, Shrek picked it up. Meanwhile, top lane, it's an easy kill coming out onto No-Tail, getting caught out with the Fisher coming through. He is just, God, he's so freaking squishy. He's brittle as goddamn ice. He is. Dies within seconds.
Yeah,
it's not a great game for him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a little strange too to have him up here over the Jakiro, but I don't know. I think the thinking was that he was just going to sit and leech experience and then throw the chilling touch on to bo5 so that he could harass a little bit easier. They're actually going to do a wrap here. Clinks is putting on a lot of pressure. There's a shackle shot. It's only level 1, doesn't do much.
They have
Here's the silence.
Yeah, their silence is going to come out. Fisher needs to go for PPD, and it will secure the kill. Doesn't it No-Tail? Fear can just go in as soon as his creep wave gets here and try to go on No-Tail, but he does salve up. But they still pick up bo5, another critical kill up in this top lane for Evil Geniuses. So as bad as mid might be going for Sumail, which is not that bad anymore. He's caught up in CS. Top lane is crushing it. 26 CS for Fear. He only missed the CS when he was trying to go for kills, and he's got a couple of them. He's 1-0-3. He's currently at 700 gold. Most importantly for EG, they already have Arcanes for AY. PPD, he's going to get some gold as well. They'll secure some mid lane experience as Sumail has to back away and go home. So did Fata, by the way. He does TP back in, though. And we're back even, at least in terms of, I think, CS. It's 2-5, though, in kill total. And Envy is getting a lot of farm bottom, though.
Well, yeah, but also look at Universe's CS. He's got 11 CS, which is pretty good against this lane. This is a very difficult lane to contest. And he did die once, of course, but I think he's doing very well for himself. Tusk's Dire offlane is pretty damn good, so I see a lot of pings. Fata, he picks up a rune. It's going to be the bounty. Bottom rune. It was a haste to actually bottle top.
Fear gets a solo kill. Shackle Shot does not latch, but there's the haste rune coming out. They're going to triple remnant. Fear will try to juke it. Searing Chains will go. Fear doesn't have the mana to use his Shadow Walk, and he's going to go down. Nice rotation from Emmy. TP's up, gets a free kill top lane on Fear. Fear tries to juke, gets a kill on No-Tail, but this time it's a trade. That's really good for Envy using that haste from that he just got in that bottom rune spot. We'll pick up his treads as well. Envy's starting to get involved now early on in this game.
Yeah, and it's very common and very good to just get an early bottle on Ember Spear because you're going to use it no matter what throughout the entirety of the game. So it picks it up, gets a nice rune. They actually controlled both runes with that too, so nice movement there from Envy. Going to free up a little bit of time. No-Tail is going to try to get some kind of semblance of farm and experience bottom. He has to be careful, though, because Tusk, I think, can maybe even solo kill him if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, Tusk is becoming a beast. Universe already sitting at level 6. He's got his boots. Not sitting at anything just yet in terms of, like, a bottle. Another item coming through, so we'll see how he progresses. Fata, of course, is going to be a big issue. Sumail getting lightning stormed pretty much every time it's off cooldown. And Fata's going to try to pressure this tower. He put in the extra point into Split Earth, by the way. Something that's interesting. Another lightning storm, and Sumail has to blink away.
Under attack.
I mean, Fata's just forcing that out. It's nice enough. Top lane, bo5 in trouble. Ancient Seal, another right click from Fear, and they again just decimate him. Fear now with his soul ring completed. Sumail almost dying mid with another light storm just hitting and proccing off him, and Fata just zoning him out effectively. And Sumail is just having a rough game. Second or third time he's had to go home recently, and he's starting to lack now in CS.
Fata clearing out that wave. He's going to push in to the tower. He's going to get a free rune up top, so it's nice for him. EG want to pressure the tower over securing the rune, which could be a mistake if this is like an invis. It can't be a haste, I don't think. As speaking of the invis, it's actually bottom. Universe TP's out. He saw it immediately and does not want to deal with any of that. So top lane, tower still being pushed. The damage from Clinks is real.
Yeah, this Searing Arrows from Fear is absolutely ridiculous. He did use his, I believe, Death Pack, but he's not tanky enough to stay and fight. Ice Blast will come. It will not connect. PPD does back away. He thought about Fisher and decided against it. And actually doing pretty well. Fear now with Treads, Soul Ring, so he's got a great start, sitting on 41 last hits. Mid lane, Sumail getting wrapped on. Envy does have that Envy's rune, as we were talking about. Sumail doesn't see it. It doesn't have a Sentry Ward here. Searing Chains will go. Links up in just a second. Splurth comes out. That's a free kill again for Cloud9. Beautiful use of the Envy's rune. They'll rotate mid, but it's too late. Fear is underneath the guise of the Sentry Ward. That is a problem. He needs to be careful with his positioning. Now Universe going on to No-Tail, grabs another kill. No-Tail is like, can you just leave me alone, for God's sakes? TPing out his Envy. He'll Remnant back in. No, the Fisher comes through. Fear's gonna walk in. Fox in trouble, both of them, but they do bring him down with the Ice Pass. Split Earth, they have enough mana, and they burst him down. Fear was jumped on within seconds of him revealing himself. He tried to go for the kill, but a little bit too quick on the draw there coming out for Clink. So nice try, and turns into a 2-for-1, but the two big kills, those are two big core kills on the side of Cloud9, grabbing not only Fear, but Sumail as well.
Yeah, I don't think No-Tail really cares at this point if he keeps dying. Yeah, he has his ultimate, and he's like, whatever, you can expend all your time and energy. We're going to get the more important kills. Yep. And actually, the offlane consists of every single death on the side of Cloud9, with 8 deaths so far, unfortunately. But it hasn't really... it's bad, and they don't have much farm, and they've given up a lot in terms of like gold that you got from kills, but they're really not that important, like you were mentioning. They need to get these kills on like the Ember and the Leshu's starting to snowball out of control. Both of these cores are starting to snowball out of control with a lot of farm. So something to think about. Top lane or top rune is going to be taken by Envy. It's just the bounty, and it's the regen here for Universe.
The rune control for Cloud9 has been absolutely top tier, though, for the most part.
For the most part, yes.
He's not been comfortable enough to go and contest top rune, and Universe has not got enough room to grab bottom rune. And it's usually been Envy grabbing one, Fatsa grabbing the other, and this is one of those rare cases where that's not it. I want to point out that I think a lot of EG's kill potential is on the back of AUI 2000, which is not something I say very often on a Scarith Mage, but this Ancient Seal is very important in this early game. Before they get BKBs, it's important he gets involved, and especially PPD as well, getting with the Fisher, throwing up the Ancient Seal, making sure the Leshrac cannot turn on all the spells, making sure, you know, you can't jump away with the Emperor Spirit. So I think AUI needs to be involved here early on. He's setting top farming. He wants to grab this early mech. There is going to be a wrap from Evil Geniuses. They're going to head towards the bottom lane. They'll throw up an Observer Ward first and foremost. Mid lane, there are 3 heroes. 2 of them are sitting behind Envy. They want to make sure he farms freely, and that's going to be the case. They'll push into the Sewer Tower as well, but here comes the wrap. Fatsa and Misery backing up. They don't see anybody on the map, particularly in this mid lane. That's important. Fatsa's going to walk up. Ice Shards will not connect from Universe, and now it looks like they might have to back up. Will they go for Evil Geniuses? Fisher's getting ready to go for PPD. Smoke will break. Fatsa now under the tower. Enough to die for this kill if they actually want it.
They know
they lose that tier 1 tower.
They didn't defend mid at all, and Universe is spamming out bottom, and he kind of seems a little confident in this lane, like he's not really scared much. He's just kind of spamming out willy-nilly. I think, oh, here comes the AA blast on the Universe. I don't know if they're actually... Oh, the split is very nicely done by Fatsa. Fantastic timing, just on point this game.
Yeah.
And Fatsa with a really great split earth was able to secure that kill.
Fatsa's games recently have been absolutely stellar. There's been one not particularly great performance where he was on Dragon Knight, but that's to be expected when he's on that particular hero. But every other game, yeah, he did. He did win the game. He went mech first, by the way, on DK.
He went 0-4. I remember it was like he went 0-4-0 to like 12-4-7 or something like that.
Yeah. And he has crushed it. Even in that game, he had a great time. He had a Blink Dagger, was hitting super good Dragon Tails. But every other game, he's had dominant performances.
AA blast bottom. They're doing it as the tower is being pushed. It's going to hit PPD. PPD is going to die.
Famous Ice Path. Lightning Storm will not connect either. I think they went a little too early with that Ice Path. Maybe they should have went with Lightning Storm first. He would have gotten hit up by it and then got destroyed. But that's not the case. Top lane, No-Tail again is like, listen, as long as my teammates are living, I don't care. Sumail does get involved and does pick up that kill. Here comes Fear, though, looking to maybe bring down bo5. will try to go for body blocks. Actually misses. I don't think you can body block this stuff to walk anyways.
He's invis.
So it doesn't really matter.
Is under attack.
He was just walking in front of him for no particular reason. Bottom lane will get cleared up though. PPD will come in. He might try to fisher this and deny. Ice Path will come out, but the last right click from Bota will secure the bottom tier 1 tower. And Cloud9 starting to clean up these objectives across the map.
Yeah, and Clinks he's trying to do some roaming around, but I'm fearful that he hasn't really been able to find anything. And
that is awkward.
Yeah,
that's very awkward.
Yeah, he doesn't taking a ton of damage, but he changed in 1 second. He gets
oh god, Fear is in trouble. He might be able to grab Envy, will not. There comes the dual breath, and that was just bad timing. To be honest with you.
Well, he saw him though the whole time because he was in this. He just, I don't know. He took the creep a little bit too early, and then Envy saw him. Maybe he didn't check his inventory because Envy clearly had dust. Maybe
he's here. Did he actually see him? Are you sure? He was
he was standing right next to him.
All right.
Maybe it was some weird freak accident where he couldn't see him because it was like nighttime. But yeah, he was standing right next to him.
I will take your word for it.
I mean, he saw the creeps being pulled by him, so he knew he was there.
Somebody go in game and then tell us, and then say Trout was right or Trout was wrong, depending on what happened. I think that's the most important. I don't know, dude. You do sound confident about it, and I trust you. But an item
you're standing right on top of him.
I mean, crazier things have happened before. But all right, so AUI does pick up the mech, by the way, which is really good mech timing for Scar's main. But he's gonna get ice blasted, and they'll try to jump at him. They remnant up with 1 Ember Spirit, but they won't be able to find him with the power shot either. And he'll back up, maybe even just mech himself to stay alive. Medallion now done for Misery as well. Try to put pressure with Sumail down bottom on this tier 1 tower. Sumail's impact has been lackluster this game, to say the very least. And that's a product of him getting killed early on in this game. So they've got to do something to get him back involved. But right now, they're kind of just struggling to keep map control.
It really was that one death that just kind of made the game snowball out of control. There's a little bit of spam coming out from AUI. He's revealed his position. He has a friggin' mech, by the way. 14 minutes on a Skywrath. That's... First of all, I never see mech on Skywrath anyway, but the fact that I do this early is pretty impressive. They've given a lot of space to him because Fear's been roaming around, which hasn't been successful, so you have to weigh the options a little bit to see in terms if it was worth it. PPD sitting in a very promiscuous spot, places a ward.
Ancient Seals to come out. Oh, great Mystic Flare timing. That was an excellent combo. They won't deny the tower. Ice Blast will connect to the AUI. Shack shut up as well. There's going to be a snowball from Universe just walking in. Walrus Punch. They'll grab the kill. They need Fox. They need Hotel. They need Envy in particular. Fear in trouble. Oh, he got cold feeded up. PPD gets the Echo Slam, but only onto the 1. Here's the Pulse as well. They're going to lose 3 heroes. Fonsa picks up the double kill. Universe, Shackle shot it up. Trying to get out. He's got Snowball and 2. Sumail coming back in. Has Sonic Wave. Wants Fada. He will get the kill, the turnaround. bo5, last right click. Even using the Shadow Strike. It's Envy versus the world now. 2 versus 1. Walrus Punch will come out. The Searing Chain Slide Fist going through. And actually, Sumail blinks out. He's alive. Universe will not be so lucky. At least he will snowball up for the time being. Try to get out. Sticks up. Bottle charge coming through. Envy can't chase. Turns into a 3-for-3 exchange. 4 for 3.
Blast. Not gonna
Ice
hit.
Blast. Not gonna come in. Envy's still top lane. But AUI just walk through the Observer Ward. And EG pick up 2,000 gold from that fight. Look at Universe just buying a Blink Dagger after not having much gold to begin with. Suddenly, they are back in the game with that fight. They're only 2,000 down in net worth. Great fight for EG, Trev.
Yeah, Sumail coming in at the last second. Still had a Sonic Wave up and found a really, really nice pick on Leshrac, which really kind of started it all up. And then Wind Ranger kind of poked her head out. Thought maybe she could get a kill onto Sumail. Was in a really awkward spot, but Sumail gets the kill there too, so bounces right back into this game.
This is going to be a huge kill again. He was destroying this game, and he dies twice in a row. Fear's starting to be that nuisance that you see so often with Clinxes. They often just head to the enemy jungle, sit there, see what they can find. He coordinates with PPD, and they find another huge kill, and that'll provide him 800 gold in the bank. Double damage, bottom rune spot. Sumail will bottle this up. He also has his Heal Scepter just completely purchased up. And now they're looking for more. Oh, No Tail, I will see you later, bud. Veer can honestly just destroy you if you really wanted to, but he decides against it. They will wrap with EG. However, they'll get spotted out by this ward. And so instead of EG taking a kill here, Sumail actually... They still go on No Tail. Perhaps not. Dust will go through. Fear now in trouble. Here comes bo5. Shackle shot to the tree line. That'll latch up, but it is only level 2 shackle shot. However, he does get power shot execution style to the back of the head. And that's a pretty big kill coming out from Cloud9.
That's pretty sick, actually. Maybe that's their combo, and they're thinking of the focus fire plus the ancient apparition's chilling touch. That done a ton of damage.
Yeah, obliterated. All right, so as Fata does respawn, he does grab his bloodstone. They smoke up with Cloud9. They'll head towards bottom into the Roche pit, and they have a medallion as well with focus fire. If they had, this would go pretty quick. It's down for 25 seconds, however, but even without focus fire, this should get absolutely destroyed. And even without Clinks, will not be able to contest this.
I like this move. It's not a very, you don't think on paper it can be a very fast Roshan lineup, but it actually is, like you mentioned, with the medallion, with a liquid fire, which really helps out. It has 4 full points into Edict. Yeah, it doesn't have 4 points into Split Earth. Here comes an illusion scouting this out. EG knows something's up.
They want to jump in though. Good Fisher. They can blink Sonic Wave. Ice Shards can go.
Universe
Natural Fire, they're going to jump in. Will they grab it? They will. Universe snatches the Aegis, but they both get blown up. Snowball going. Echo Slam from PPD. They're so low. Botson not dead yet. They'll lose Misery first. Universe on the high ground. Here comes Envy. They need fear. They need company. And they're going to get him right now. Mech keeps him alive. Julie up the high ground with Envy. There's the Aegis. There's the Bloodstone. Try to be away. Mystic Flare. Envy doesn't make it out. Mega kill spree for the Clinks as he gets the kill. 4 down. Universe with a beautiful snatch. Excellent play coming out for Evil Geniuses. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, and right before he actually blinked in to try to snatch it, which he did, he used a teleport scroll. I thought he was TPing somewhere. It was like he just wanted to use it as fast as possible, so he had that item slot available, and he picks it up. Really nicely done for him. Pretty much saved him that fight too, I believe. Here comes an AA blast bottom. We'll see if it hits these two. He's spamming it out quickly, so their position will change. It barely dinks Universe, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with it.
Sahil O'Neal strikes again. How many times will he make a play? Now Fear chasing after Fata. Down to 7 Bloodstone charges after that engagement. He was super low at the beginning of that fight. Barely survived through it. There's the Fisher. Top ruin spot. Won't find it. Another big kill. Of course, provided by Fear. Getting vision. He's up to 2.5k gold. Now the question is, does he go for that Desolator like you were talking about? Helm of the Dominator. He's got a lot of options here. I'm assuming if he wanted Helm, he could have picked it up already. Orchid is also another item that he could go for, but I would assume he would bought an Oblivion Staff at this point. But he's really just saving up right now, isn't he, Trout?
Yeah, I mean, he did just get a pretty nice surge of gold, so maybe he just doesn't know what to do with it quite yet.
Right.
Shackle Shot trying to hit latch onto Samel, couldn't find it. PPD sitting behind him with a Fisher to save him anyway, but I still think that Deso's really good here. He's got lots of negative armor already. His Syrian arrows are physical. So, yeah, obviously that works pretty nicely. Works in terms of pushing buildings very quickly, too. And yeah, he does pick up the Bithel Hammer. It could also just be a BKB. There's, like, all of C9's damage is magical. So, there's that. If he wants to live.
Deciding. I think he's still deciding.
Yeah, this is like the most standard build for Fear.
The damage is ridiculous now that the Searing Arrows are no longer orb cast, so that's going to be pretty spectacular damage. Cloud9 will smoke up, and they're going to try to go for it again. They'll try to wrap on mid. Samel is a bit out in the open here. He's kind of close to the tier 2 tower, but there's going to be an Observer Ward placed up. See if they try to continue on this. Cloud9 still sitting mid, still smoked up. Envy will walk up towards the creep wave. Sumail gonna sit back. The rest of his team kind of wobbling around this Observer Ward. Then they smoke up with AUI as well as PPD. They're sitting behind Universe. They don't know that Cloud9 are here mid yet. They don't have vision. If they walk out, Mel will alert them to their presence. Potts is about to do so. Hey, he does see him, and he'll just blink away nicely. PPD now under this Observer Ward, and it looks like they are thinking about defending this.
Yep. God, this Tusk is so friggin' far. He's actually going for a BKB himself. Because as I alluded to, this is all magic damage coming out from C9. Glyph comes out, and C9's probably going to back up a little bit. They do have a sentry.
Ancient Seal, Bone 7, Mystic Flare, Walrus Punch, and he actually got forced that while it was happening. It was a sick play. They get the kill nonetheless. Bone 7 gets blown up. There's the Sonic Wave. Samil grabs another one. Uses himself up in the air. That might have been Misery's. No, gets Echo Slam. He doesn't have a Eul's up 3 yet. He's not that far. They're running after Fata. This could be disastrous for Cloud9 if they're not careful. They'll get the Ancient Seal up on Fata as well, but still get the Pulse Nova Edict going. Sumail in trouble. Gets blown up by the Edict. He just kills himself. Fata's still going to work. Here comes Fear, though, chasing him down. Fata gonna try to TP away, will not make it out. Walrus Punch from Universe. And that is another set of Bloodstone charges going down to nothing. Fata now sitting at 3 charges, just picking up that item. And EG take another fight in a row, Trell.
All right, Sumail did not need to blink in there like that. That was a feed.
Too aggressive.
But regardless, EG are handily winning these fights. And PBD's not dying, so he's maybe going to slowly get towards a blink. Maybe sometime this game we'll see it. He's 1, 2, and 15. He's been involved in so many kills. Bottom lane, I see bo5 getting in trouble. Yeah, he actually managed to get that 4-step on himself before the punch, so it looks really funny in the air. And he's still actually quite farmed. He's only died once. He's going towards that Battle Fury now, which is going to keep in mind too, like Ember Spirit High Ground is amazing. So if this game does go late, they have spam from Leshrac, they have spam from Ember Spirit Sleight of Fist, they have the Ancient Apparition, it's thrown out the ulti. So they definitely have tools to run this late. But in terms of team fight mid game, it's no question that EG has this, especially when they get their BKBs. I imagine Quap actually Sumail's going to go for the Ags, which I think may be a little bit of a mistake. I think if he just goes for the BKB, he's immune to everything. He actually blinks in aggressively. Fata taking so much damage, is forced to deny himself. That damage output from Clinks is insane.
Like, he's got chunked. Oh my lord. I don't know if you talked about this yet. AUI's he's got a goddamn blink dagger on that Skywrath mage, dude. That's why
I didn't talk about that. Yeah,
he was so involved in the last fight. Blink in Ancient Seal, Mystic Flare right afterward on the bo5. Blink in Ancient Seal on Fata. This guy's crushing it. AUI is actually having quietly a fantastic game, I'd say. And he always does this. We don't really talk about it too much, but it just seems like every game he's there. He's the backbone of this EG lineup. But he's done it again.
Well,
Cloud9 has to find something. As I talk about that, bo5 gets a giant Sonic Wave to the face, which doesn't feel particularly great. And you're screaming at me, please stop. It's really loud. We'll back away. He's almost got his Aghanim Scepter, by the way. He's just about 400 gold away from that. PBD doesn't have a blink dagger. And again, being the poorest person on the team, as he always is. Fisher will come out and be in trouble. He does have a remnant. He'll jump away. They want to become uncomfortable. They'll do just that. And as you mentioned, the BKB is now done for Universe as well. So the items are starting to come fast and furious here, Trout. They're getting picked up.
God, this Tusk is so freaking farmed, man. He's got blink BKB as an offlaner at 25 minutes. That's just unheard of. And then to touch on the point you're making about Owie and his farm is, I mean, a lot of it does come down to the fact that their offlaners are combined 2 and 14. They've died so many times. And I think that Owie got a lot of those kills too. So it all adds up just a little bit. Fear is going to actually force out the glyph. I wonder if he goes for this full Solar Crest now. He's already got the medallion top lane.
Oh my god, AUI just solo killed her an Ember Spirit.
Oh my god.
That's, that can't feel particularly great if you're Envy. He's had a great game until that point. That's rough.
Oh god, he's gonna have Greaves here in a second too. If that's what he wants to go for. I mean, he could just get a Rod.
Get an Atos, man. Rod AUI.
He could. We'll see. Yeah,
there it is. Excellent. That's the item.
Which is also, I mean, it's kind of a signature item, but it's also really good against Ember because it means if you slow him and he tries to remnant away, his remnant speed is so damn slow that he can't actually make any use of it. Really good pickup against him.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Atos, not only against the Ember Spirit, against anybody on this team, with the exception of maybe the Wind Ranger. That's about it. God, they need some items on Cloud9. They need a big team fight, and that's easier said than done. They will have an Ice Blast that'll head towards the Ancient Stack, but they're not going to contest it. Universe is sitting bottom currently, just waiting for Cloud9 to show up. But Cloud9 are very passive. They're playing very scared, and they should be with the position that they're in right now. They will smoke up. They'll try to go for an all-in play here at the Ancient Stack, and they might get two if they're lucky enough. And it looks like they might be. Fear in trouble. Remnant will come through. Sumail shackle shot. Fear to the tree line. Sumail in trouble. He'll use himself off. Maybe they can buy back here on Fear. They won't do so. Sumail does blink out. PBD going to get lightning stormed up, and now he's getting chased down. Series chains won't connect. Power shot and mech gun coming through from AUI. But PBD's still in trouble. Fisher comes through onto all of them. Sonic Wave jumping. Snowball from Universe. BKBs. They'll grab Envy. They'll grab Misery. Fata in trouble as well. PBD will go down to Fata, but it's still a 2-for-3 trade. And they don't even need Fear. bo5 win running. Trying to fight against Sumail. Sumail 6 up. Uses himself. It's a 4-for-2 trade. Fantastic turnaround coming out from Evil Geniuses. Universe with a beautifully timed snowball right after that Fisher Sonic Wave, which was lined up. About as good of a lineup as you can get. Need you turn the fight around.
That was also just a lot of greed from Cloud9. They tried to go way too far, and what ended up happening is it was a really nice setup there for a double Syrian Chains combo from Envy there, and then they like used everything on the one hero, and then they tried it like they didn't save enough spells for the second, so the Ice Path was off the mark. The Split Earth that was already used after the Yules, which could have been self-set up there for the Leshrac actually by Sumail. And they already used all their lockdown spells, so they had absolutely nothing left in the tank for Quap. And then they pursued a PPD, and then what happened was Envy was like 0.5 seconds away from Syrian Chains Sleight of Fist combo, so that he could actually not only dodge the stun from PPD, but also get the kill. And it was that little bit of he was just so enticed to get it. He was so close to having that cooldown up that made him pursue a little bit longer, but it was a giant mistake as we saw what happened at the end there. So got a little bit greedy. Nice stun there by Fata at the very end. If you noticed, but PPD came in. Even though Fata was dying, he made the best of a bad situation.
Yeah.
As Fata always seems to do. Now it does the BKB, so that could change the tides of these fights, but
it's
obviously EG still looking really good at 10,000 net worth lead.
The problem is, though, is that Fear is just going to destroy him so quickly. Yeah, he has the BKB, but if Fear focuses him even for a second, it's still problematic. They'll try to go for Sumail, who does still have the axe. He's also got his Yule Scepter if they do catch him out. They just picked up a Dane, by the way, for
they
not the Aegis that we thought about.
No, nice shackle
shot. That was fantastic from bo5. Sumail gets caught out. Ice Blast. There is not a Queen of Pain there anymore. Vaporized. Holy crap, they killed him quick.
The funny thing is that gank is very low percentage. They have no way to actually kill him unless that shackle hits, and it did. So very nicely done by bo5.
How much gold did that net them? 1,200, 500 for the Ancient Apparition, who is, I'm pretty sure, is happy about this game. I mean, No-Tell has not had much to smile about this game, but that's one of the few things he's got going for him at the very least. So they'll grab the tier 2 tower as well. So again, like you mentioned, they can get the best out of a bad situation. They'll grab Universe's Illusion, shackle him to the tree line. Bo5 shackles have been on point, but Roche is now up, and with a Desolator and a Medallion on Fear, this should go rather quickly.
Yep. Gee, that damage. And Fury's working towards his BKB. Again, BKB just hard counters pretty much all of C9, except for Wind Ranger and maybe the Ember, but their damage output in terms of physical damage is really not there to deal with them once they pop their BKBs. And yep, that's what Sumail's going to go for as well, as I really think he should. I really think he probably should have, but even before the Ags. I think it's more important, but still wants the Ags for spammability, I suppose.
Well, hold on a second. Let's talk about late game potential, because they do have an Ember Spirit for Cloud9, and they also have a Wind Ranger as well. I don't want to, obviously Cloud, or rather EG have played very well to get to this point in time, but Cloud9 still have a chance to get in and win this game. They're not that far behind. There's still a couple of opportunities here for them that should allot them a couple of kills and perhaps turn things around and specifically get Envy some big items. And he's already got one Battle Fury. He might even go for a second here pretty soon.
Which I actually think he should. I know that he probably wants to build something that makes him a little bit more of a fighter in team fights, like with stats. As Aoi gets a very easy kill there. I wasn't even looking.
Damn.
But I really feel like their high ground defense needs to be there. He needs to clear out waves as fast as possible. Fear, he sees No-Tail here, who's placing a ward, and No-Tail is just dead.
He can't even get the ward down. They're going to jump on Fatsa. Mystic Flare is going to come out. He does BKB. Jules is going to come out. Sumail's going to try to back up. Fatsa's just running after them with Edict and Pulse Nova. Sumail will blink away, so BKB first for not much. They try to go for the kill there. They can't quite grab it, so good effort coming out from Evil Geniuses, but Fatsa will stay alive, however. That is a BKB forced. But bottom lane is still getting hit up. Fear and Universe playing kind of passively. They don't want to get caught out here, but they do want this tier 2 tower. All the meanwhile, bo5 in the top lane. His Aghanim Scepter is close to completion if he does want to go for it. But he's going to have to watch this tier 2 tower bottom lane does crumble beneath him, so.
And Peter, PBD's got his blink. Very nice timing for the 5 support Earthshaker. And we'll see if Wind Ranger can actually get this shackle. They're trying to time it with an AA blast. Here comes Envy, trying to get this. They already have Yules, but yeah, I don't think they get this kill. And they just have to back off. So yeah, PPD picks up his blink. Also has level 12, so his damage output is definitely there. I still think that, as you mentioned, the story of this game is all Universe and Aoi.
Yeah.
Their farm is just out of this world, and by the way, he didn't go for the Rod of Atos. He actually went for Dagon, and he's upgrading it too. He's got a Dagon level 2.
Shrek denying himself. I think that was bottom lane as Fear was going in looking for a kill. And Fear does pop his newly minted BKB, so his 10-second duration BKB is now down as well. But again, Fatsa he's been sitting around 2 or 3 Bloodstone charges the entire game. Now Blink Echo Slam, and he's gonna get some slow stuff. They're gonna blow him with a Sonic Wave. He doesn't have buyback, and whatever he was working towards, he's gonna have to wait. This was an MKB, by the way. So that's that was quick. Blink it, you missed it essentially, and he just dies.
Yep. I mean, that was a pretty... There's really not much you can do in that situation. I have a lot of ways to lock him down. And, yeah, this is just a really rough game for Cloud9 in the mid game. We'll see how it pans out when they go for high ground defense, but he's a good enough team that they might not even let him get in that position to where they can just sit there at the high ground and defend. Like, they usually go for pickoffs, and they have the team to do so. So I don't know if Cloud9's ever going to have 5 to actually fully defend. And if they are, I don't think he's going to push. I think they're just going to spread out the map and just gather up the resources better than Cloud9. And as a result, that net worth is starting to slowly dip down into very scary territory. It's now about as close to 14,000.
There is always that high ground defense that you mentioned coming out from the Emperor Spirit. He doesn't go for double Battle Fury, but he can still get it later on down the road, and he'll be able to clear your creep waves pretty effectively with the help of his team. Fata with Lightning Storm, just the power shot coming out from the Wind Ranger Dual Breath. There's a lot that they can do to clear out creep waves. However, they are currently at Fata. He BKBs early. Sonic Wave will go. The last right click will not connect for Fear. It's strafe, but it just wasn't enough damage coming through. But that is another BKB charge forced out by Fata, and he's barely alive at this point. After all of these ganks, Fata's had the kitchen sink thrown at him, and he somehow stayed alive for the most part when he really shouldn't have. So, now the same cannot be said for Envy. He does Remnant away. Actually, there was no silence coming out from AY. He was too busy top lane, looking for potential gank onto bo7. Ice Blast will fly through mid. Universe will get hit up by that. Yep. And now they're going to try to grab this tier 2 tower, the second tier 2 tower of the game for EG. And there is AUI blowing up bo7. I knew it was coming. I even mentioned it. And of course, I look away for half a second. AUI kills him within that time span. So good stuff.
Was bo7 trying to go for a kill with a shackle or something?
I'm not sure.
Because Aoi was showing up there in that lane for quite some time. So
yeah. BKB for Fear to avoid the splitter. They'll strafe up, and he just wants to clean up the tier 2 tower, and he's chunking it down, but BKB charge used for less than nothing here. He has to actually back away. Mules will come out onto a Universe Illusion. He'll ice path it and bring it down. They throw up an ice blast for it. Wow. Universe is like, that's a lot of hate for an Illusion. I know he looks like me, but he's not that handsome. They'll kill him pretty quick.
Well, the scary thing is if that was real, they actually would have to use all those abilities to even kill him. And at this point, I don't even know if they do, because he can just BKB and maybe, low Shadow Blade away, yeah.
Or even Snowball if he BKBs. I mean, necessary. That's frightening, man. I feel like Snowball is almost too strong in certain circumstances for how good it keeps you alive, but I don't really think that's the big issue with the hero. There's a lot of issues with the hero, but I can't really put my finger on one in particular, so.
He just does so well in lane. He just has spells that really punish weak supports. And so for that reason, and he's also got pretty good attack animation, good damage.
Ooh.
Envy, he remnants out.
Nice game sense.
Yeah, so we'll see. Cloud9 just can't really find any resources right now to farm out. Trying to desperately just take... even that last creep that Fata was trying to look for gets sniped out by
God damn it.
Tuskar. Yeah.
Give me some
Tuskar, I think he's going to go for the Silver Edge to upgrade that Shadow a little bit.
Yep.
If he wants it, he has enough for it.
Yeah, it's the Belt of Strength, which will be built into his Sonic more than likely, so Silver Edge coming soon after that. He's going to throw a ward down, and then, well, he doesn't know that there's a ward right there to get vision for Cloud9, and PPD is just like, oh god, son of a bitch, I just put the ward down, guys, please. There's the Silver Edge, as we mentioned. You think that
4 on Skyra.
Oh, hold that thought. Fata might be in trouble. Oh god, well, AY's gonna grab the kill on top lane. Sonic Wind's gonna go. Fata, one more right click. Sumail can't find the kill. Well, BKB, he really wants Fata, and he's gonna find it with the last right click. Your shackle shut up, and now Sumail coming in. No Sonic Wave, however, but he's going to work on No Tail. No Tail will die. BKB for Fear. bo7 will try to TP away. Mystical will not be so lucky. Will Yules himself, so he avoids the Shadow Strike, but there's Polaris Punch. The Invis universe comes in Silver Edges and just blows him up to heaven. So PPD dies, but then baits out, I guess, the rest of his team towards mid. They somehow secure a 4-1 exchange in that situation. I don't know what just happened, but EG won it, so
Nice offensive Yules there by Samael onto the Wind Ranger. It's not often that you see a Yules just to get someone to stop attacking, like in the middle of a team fight like that, to just solve that problem for a few seconds. But it was while the Clinkster Shackles shot it. So
middle tower is under attack.
nice spell usage there. The problem now is that, I mean, Envy did such a good job in the beginning of this game, and he's like pretty much the hero that can maybe carry them and maybe win them this game if they get back into this. But he has no answer to the silence. He's got no BKB. He's got no Manta. There's just no way he can deal with this Skywrath, and that's scary. This is your 4-position support that can easily solo any hero on the side of Cloud9 except for maybe the Leshrac because he can just BKB.
And do you think that Envy maybe should have gone for something like a Scotty or Manta or BKB? Hold that thought as he's going to get silenced up and blown away. You think maybe he should have went for Manta or something?
Definitely not Scotty, but yeah, Manta or BKB. Probably the Manta because it just works better with the hero. The stats from Yasha are better than stats from a BKB, and the Sonic Wave is going to go through it anyway. So, I mean, that hindsight's 2020. Obviously, the game just kind of train wrecked in the middle, and that kind of, you know, that the plans changed. Like, he went for one thing, then it just went all downhill, and then you can't really say, well, it's your item build, but, you know, things change in the middle of a game, and you can't really control that sometimes. Oh my god, that double damage punch almost one-shot him.
Dude, Mail now going into no-tail. Fox in the middle of the fight. They do blow up PPD rather quickly, but look at Fear just chunk through. Leshrac and no-tail is stuck dealing with a Queen of Pain that's massive. There's all 5 dead. And they just call GG in an instant. My god, that blew up quickly. Universe just blew up bo5. They were waiting for it. And my god, that escalated quickly. And that'll be game number 1. Putting EG up 2-0 in this best-of-5 series. With a game number 2 victory, they could just take this outright, man. And Cloud9 are in a tough position here.
Yep, could be a very, very fast one, guys, so make sure you stick around. But this, yeah, like I said, this was all the Owie and Universe show.